What's up, guys? It is Movie with Movie Gaming TV, and today we are going to talk about player quirks in MLB The Show 17. What the fuck are they? How do we use them? All that shit. Basically, player quirks are kind of like badges that you might have seen in NBA 2K. I think they're in Madden too. Just kind of like little things that are added to players so they are more specific in regards to like certain situations. With Rizzo here, you can see unfazed, breaking ball hitter, rally monkey, fighter, situational hitter. And so what this really means is you get a little PCI bonus or decline based on the pitcher and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man, like, do I like it? I kind of like it, I guess. I kind of don't too, because it's just more shit you gotta memorize about every single player. So I do think it adds some depth to the game, but at the same time, it's just a bunch of shit that you got to think about now that you didn't have to think about in the past. And one thing that was very interesting was, yeah, they're going to have these in franchise, and that's how I thought it was going to be. It was just going to be a franchise thing only that they were going to try. But they're going to have this across all modes. So that means it's going to be in Diamond Dynasty, and that means your boys got to make a video, and that's what you are watching right now. So I'm curious to see in the comment section down below, after you hit that like button, be sure to let me know what you guys think about these player quirks. I'll probably be calling them badges throughout the season because that's what I'm used to calling them, or I'll just call them quirks. Who really knows? But I don't know, like, will they be cheesy? You know, like, you're definitely going to have to look at your player and you're going to want certain quirks. So throughout the season, I'm sure we're going to figure out which ones are like the most important quirks. Like, now can you just never throw a breaking ball to Rizzo? Who the hell knows? How well will it really affect anything? I don't know. Like, that's another thing. Like, yeah, they could put them in the game, but who knows how much they'll really affect things. Like, are you really going to think about the PCI being bigger or smaller? It'll just be like, there's like another one, and you guys will see later in the videos, I cut some parts from the stream to put them in this video because I think, you know, I can sit here and explain them, which I already pretty much have, but sometimes I think it's better for you guys just to hear straight from the devs on what they think about everything and how they implemented it, so you can kind of hear it straight from the source. So I did take some clips from San Diego Studios stream on Thursday. Make sure you guys follow their stream, twitch.tv/Sony San Diego Studios or some shit like that. You'll be able to find it if you're connected through MLB The Show and you're watching the MLB The Show video. At this point, I kind of expect you to be, you know, following that stream and following them. But on the screen now, I'm about to show you guys some tweets. Now, this was where Show Tips immediately was like, yo, they're going to be in all modes. And I was wondering how they couldn't be in all modes, because one thing I've noticed from Show 16, you ever had like a close play at first where it's like he was out or safe and it was kind of a bad call? Well, they do have replay in the game where you can do challenges, and I really think that they didn't take that out across all modes. So like sometimes players would be safe at first, sometimes they would be out at first, but there wasn't a way to challenge online. So I was really hoping actually this would be across all modes, because I thought these would be across all modes whether they implemented it or not. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but if it does make sense, that's pretty much where I'm coming from with that. So it's good that it's going to be in all modes. But basically, and the other thing is you can't add your quirks to your custom player, but throughout his career that he plays, he will pick up perks. So that would be, or quirks I should say. So that'll be kind of interesting as well. And also roster updates will update the quirks as well. So that's another very interesting thing. I think that we'll have to keep all this in mind. So now it's a bunch more shit that we got to think about, but it also adds depth to the game. So it's kind of like, all right, now I got to make sure my guys got the best quirks possible. And I didn't see too many like negative quirks, so it seemed to be mostly positive quirks that your guy will have. And maybe if you have a quirk and the pitcher has a quirk, like the pitcher has a breaking ball quirk, and then like to take Rizzo for example, he's got, you know, a quirk that hits breaking balls, maybe that will negate each other out. So you'll have to like match up on that, but it's just a lot more stuff to think about per player, which I kind of like and I kind of don't like. So You know, my opinion isn't everything, though. That's pretty much what I'd like to give to these kind of things, as I'm going to be starting to bring more opinions towards what I think, at the risk of getting dislikes, because when someone doesn't agree with you, they're probably going to slam that dislike button. Please slam that like button if you like, or hit that subscribe button so you can make sure that you follow all of the videos that I'm going to be dropping. So yeah, this is pretty much a video about player quirks and Diamond Dynasty. I'm almost done talking here, so you don't have to hear me talk very much more, and you can see the clips that I cut from the stream and put in this video. But yeah, be sure to drop down in the comments below what you think about these quirks. If I didn't explain something, or there's something that you have a question about, be sure to drop a comment on that down in the description, or down in the comment section below as well. I don't know. I'd say pretty much my feelings is, yeah, I do like the fact that they add depth to the game, but I just don't want to see them be cheesy or overpowered. Like, you have to have certain quirks for your guy to make him good, and it's just more crap to remember. But at the same time, I guess it's adding depth, and I just hope it was implemented well and correctly, and that's something I really can't give you a better opinion on until we play the game more. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. You can check out them talking about it in the clips to come, and have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.
Change the way you approach how you set your lineup.
Yes.
How you approach an at-bat when you're
Yes.
playing. How you set your roster, right? So let's take a look at these player quirks. So we're gonna take one player to study, right? So we're gonna go to Devon Travis, and we're gonna go left to the quirks tab, right? So what do we see there? He's got a hitting machine quirk.
Hitting machine.
Right. He's good at getting base hits. So that's high contact.
Yeah.
Right? Pressure cooker. So he excels when there's runners on base.
Road warrior.
So Travis, when he's playing on the road, which is gonna come up a lot in franchise.
Yes.
Right? You play a schedule where you play home games and road games, right? He's gonna get a boost when you're playing on the road.
Yep.
What's the next one?
Night player.
He's gonna get a boost when he plays at night.
Unfazed.
He gets a hitting boost when he's hitting with 2 strikes, right?
Wow.
He's unfazed.
This guy's the
Right.
best.
So what does it mean to get a boost, right? Well, it means that your PCI grows or shrinks.
Yeah.
And this affects whether a pitcher has a quirk or whether a hitter has a quirk, right? If you're a pitcher and you like pitching during the day,
Right.
guys who throw really, really good fastballs, well, every opponent's PCI is going to shrink accordingly, right? Let's see that slide to actually demonstrate what's happening here. So Devon Travis, you see that we picked out his 3 quirks are Road Warrior, Night Player, and Unfazed, right? Now, on the right side, you see 2 different game situations, right? It's the same stadium. It's Wrigley Field, which is a road game for Travis, right? So Travis likes this. He likes playing on the road.
Yeah.
Now, in the middle, though, you see that it's a day game, right? So what does this mean, right? He's on the road, gets a bonus, but he's playing a day game, gets a penalty.
Right.
Because all these quirks have bonuses and penalties.
Push and
associated.
pull.
Right, push and pull. So there's a net no bonus, right?
Right.
So his PCI, as you can see in the middle, is what
Right.
that's what his PCI would look like.
Plate coverage indicator.
Plate coverage indicator.
Yeah. Your zone.
Let's look at the right side. The right side is there's a party.
Yeah.
There's a party. That's a fiesta.
Yeah.
We're all
Because-
invited.
Because Devon Travis is playing on the road.
Yeah.
He's a night player. You can see the lighting changes from the
Yeah.
from the middle to the
It's a night
outsides.
game.
And there's 2 strikes. So
Yep.
look at the difference in PCI size when 3
Right.
quirks stack.
Right, so we're
Exactly.
stacking attribute bonuses.
We're
sorta.
stacking them,
Right.
right?
That's
And
awesome.
so, you know, if a guy only has 1 quirk, the bonus is going to be moderate. It's going
Right.
to be very, very, you know, very moderate. But the way you actually get like a big boost is when you stack them. And you're going to want to look for the players that have a few of these like really, really situational quirks.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
that have a few of them.
And as
That's
we
right.
talked for Diamond Dynasty, as we talked about for Diamond Dynasty, as well as just in the player card.
Right. So let's look at Justin Turner, one of our guys. He's got that pressure cooker. He's got that road warrior, which we saw for Devon Travis, but he's also got a breaking ball hitter. You can see that nice tennis racket there, because he has a big, you know, he covers that breaking ball. Breaking ball hitter, just so you know, that covers curveballs, sliders. You know, it's not just a curveball. Usually, you know, people call a curveball a breaking ball, but sliders are also included in there.
Yeah.
And then he's a fighter, right? So he performs better in the 9th inning or later. So
Right.
what did you bring up earlier, Steven?
Well, it's like he wants to be the guy in the moment in the bottom of the 9th inning facing a closer that has
Right.
a good slider perhaps
Yep.
or something that breaks.
On the
You
road.
want to see that. You want this guy either on your bench or if he's in your starting lineup.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want him on your bench. Well, maybe
in Diamond
in Diamond
Dynasty,
Dynasty.
or Maybe
You're
it's an
right.
off day.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at a pitcher. We've looked at 2 hitters. So let's
Yeah.
look at Syndergaard, right? Which, by the way, has an awesome
Oh, look at that
face
hair.
scan, and look at those locks.
Awesome face. What an awesome face.
Yep. So he's got the untouchable quirk. He, excuse me, get some water here. He excels at striking hitters out, right? And we know that from his K per 9. 85 K per 9 for a starting pitcher. That's incredible.
Right, that is a really good attribute for Syndergaard. And I guess when we looked at the quirks, it's kind of reflecting what we're seeing there. That it's a visual way of
Right.
representing that.
Exactly. You know, you can. Wow, I'm really having trouble with my voice. What's
Sorry.
going on here?
Nick, what would Luis say in this situation here?
He would say it's a really good way to get the
Show the quirk.
perfect snapshot of a player.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't know what
He
Luis
throws
would
a
say.
hell of a
But I mean,
fastball.
I
Cheesy.
can't think like the attributes are a very detailed way
Mm-hmm.
of a player's makeup, and then these are the more nuanced things, as well as they're basically all the most important things you would talk about if you were to characterize any individual player, because they both symbolize what his attributes are saying about him in a simpler way, easier to read way. And
With the quirks, you can see he's got that Mr. Splitty quirk. Throws an extremely effective split-fingered fastball. He's got that road warrior. Doesn't like pitching in Yankee Stadium for some reason. Maybe it's because it increases home runs by a ridiculous rate.
knee buckler. All right, the giveaways are going out.
So that means
And you know, there's going to be a nice mix of pitcher and hitter quirks.
right.
Let's look at Jake Lamb, right? He excels versus righties. Well, there's a quirk that actually tells you that, right?
Yeah.
He's got the platoon quirk, right? So you know that this guy is gonna excel versus one-handedness. He's good at playing at home. He likes swinging at the first pitch, so you'll get that PCI
That's
bonus
awesome.
when you're swinging at that first pitch.
Just the first
you know,
pitch.
Just the
Gear
first
up.
pitch. So you're gonna want to gear up. That's what I kind of was alluding to when I said it's gonna change the way you go about at bats, right?
Yep.
Right.
And he's also one of those guys who excels in the 9th or
Right.
later.
So if I'm facing Lamb, I know that first pitch, I better be really careful. It's not a
Right.
get me over strike to start off the at bat.
Right.
Right.
You know he's looking for something.
Right.
The same data that's being set and adjusted in every roster update, Quirks is in
Right.
addition to that. And yeah, it's a combination of things driven by attributes and those other things that aren't. Because I mean, I don't think we need a 0 to 99 on whether a guy is a road versus home player. It's
Right.
pretty. The splits are pretty indicative.
So here we go, player quirks in action when you're
Nice.
actually playing, right?
Awesome.
So you're facing Joe Smith. He's got that knee buckler, so you got to look out for the curve or slider, and he's good at picking off players. So you're not gonna have to worry about that since there's a
Right.
guy at second, right? So Kim, he excels versus one-handedness. Dead red, that one we didn't see in the menus, but dead red is a fastball. He excels at hitting fastballs. So
Which is
sitting
interesting.
sitting dead red, and he excels when he pinch hits, right? So we saw two new. This was actually pretty nice because we saw two quirks we hadn't seen before.
What did you press to get to this screen?
Right. So you press left on the D-pad to get a quick view of your quirk. So you can hold it. All right. I know what I'm dealing with.
Right.
Go back to gameplay.
Cool. You got.
Yeah. So it's called time. By the way, you do that pressing down on the D-pad for whoever didn't know. So Manny, he's a star player. So you're gonna see that he has a lot of quirks, right?
Right.
So what has he had? He has the dead red. So we're gonna look for that fastball. He's got unfazed. Unfazed, as we saw with the other guys, that's a 2-strike count. And day player, right? So day player.
Doesn't matter in this.
Yeah. Well, no, it does because he's getting a penalty, right? At night, right?
Okay.
So let's